All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to the next item on the bill. But before that, I'd like to say a big thank you to earlier speakers, of course, Honorable Afeku, and my very own legal luminary, ACP. Thank you very much for those very wise words that you have picked out of this very, very exciting book. It looks like the book sounds very, very exciting. Amebwa, is the book exciting to you so far? Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next one. And ladies and gentlemen, right about now, our next speaker is our keynote speaker. And this person, in fact, is one of the people I looked up to growing up, and I still look up to. He's affectionately called the Grand Master. Fun fact, something you probably don't know about this person, but I'll tell you. Samote morning show, breakfast show, all of these things that have flooded our media space. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the person that actually started all of it. In fact, a round of applause before I introduce him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this person is now the Director of Communications for the Melcom Group, and he's none other than our big brother, our father, our mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Godwin Avenogbo as he gives us the keynote address. Please, a round of applause as he joins us.
Thank you very much indeed. I asked for a standing microphone so that I can avoid all the mannerisms people exhibit when they hold a microphone in their hand and they keep moving left, right, and center as public speakers. But I'm going to fall victim to that as well myself today. But I'm mindful that once I have announced it, I'll be very careful that I don't repeat the same mistakes. I have a script here with me, which is exact, it is truthful, it is bold, it is honest, and a reflection of the thoughts we are here to discuss and to examine. It reflects my own life as well, but more importantly, the life of this beautiful, wonderful lady, Ohemaa Woyeje.
So I give it free.
No, I'm okay, I'll manage, yes, thank you. Ghana's media landscape has become bigger, more sophisticated, far advanced, and more vibrant than its more conservative, professional standard of old, devoid of sensation. The private sector in Ghana has opened doors of opportunity to young, versatile, and ambitious broadcasting practitioners, many of whom have developed unique styles of presentation which many listeners and viewers find attractive and irresistible. One such star performer on the Ghanaian electronic media scene is Harry Ajua Owusu-Kusi, better known as Ohemaa Woyeje. While I was on relieving duties as the Ashanti Regional Director of the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation in Kumasi, I was invited by Mr. Kojo Akakwating, the General Manager of Spirit FM Asokwa Kumasi, to assist in training a batch of students who had been enrolled for the school's broadcast journalism training session for the year. I accepted the invitation with a view to contributing to the badly needed professional support for the development of the Ghanaian media scene with pleasure. During the lecture series, I observed the insightful contributions of a few students who were quite fast-paced with the topics for discussion and the practical demonstration of the ability to create content with impactful resonance. At the end of the course of study and during the award of certificates to deserving graduates, I was invited by Mr. Kojo Akakwating to share with the students my assessment of the individual output and guide them in counsel to build upon their strengths to become great broadcast journalist. When it came to the turn of Harry Ajua Owusu Kusi, alias Ohemaa Woyeje, I commended her for her brilliant performance during the lectures and practical demonstration sessions. And I made bold to prophesy that given what I have seen of her performance and commitment to discipline of professional broadcasting, that, listen to this, she would be a great broadcast journalist in the future. I returned to headquarters in Accra after my Ashanti regional duty tour and virtually left behind any memories of any involvement in training student journalists of MediaNet Professional Consult. I didn't make any contact with any of the students who participated in the course of study for quite a while, until one day, ladies and gentlemen, I had a telephone call from a friend who is an avid radio listener. He drew my attention to a statement made by a young broadcaster called Ohemaa Woyeje, who gave an account of a benefit from my tutelage at a Kumasi-based media training institute, where she said I had made a great input to her career in broadcasting. I couldn't link the name Ohemaa Woyeje to any student I had taught or mentored, so I left it as such until my friend invited me to listen to the local language broadcast to ascertain the truth in the claim. So lo and behold, I tuned in, and she introduced herself with a registered name and the alias in an upbeat, amazing, fluid, and captivating presentation, which served as a clear evidence that my assessment of her performance many years before that time had been genuine and professionally on spot. In order not to let the dream hang, I looked for her contact number and started monitoring her broadcasts, even as I followed up with my usual BBC standard postmortem series to guide her on content and style. When it comes to that, trust me, I'm very strict. I analyzed her daily output for a while with notes indicating my assessment of a broadcast, as much as I could make time to do so conveniently, and she showed a marked improvement in subsequent broadcasts. I am not surprised that Harry Ajua Owusu Kusi, alias Ohemaa Woyeje, has become a famous broadcast journalist with many national awards to her credit. I wish, therefore, to make bold and honest an attempt to point out some factors that I think worked in her favor, which are worth the consideration of other up-and-coming broadcast journalists who want to make their presence felt as positive contributors to the national development effort and the enhancement of standards of well-informed broadcasting practice in Ghana. She developed a very creative and challenging mindset about how to communicate her thoughts to listeners. Her pace of delivery was good, without mumbling and swallowing of ends of words as other broadcasters often do. She is multilingual, and she found a very ingenious way of applying that rare gift of the gab into her style of communication. Indeed, she is more multilingual than others in the industry currently. She accepts a critique on her output in good faith and uses that as a learning curve to improve her programming content. She is disciplined and committed to making great strides in the industry, and that has paid off well in her favor. It is obvious from the narrative of her 2 decades of media practice that one of the many attributes which have brought her this far is her tenacity of purpose and her ability to clear numerous hurdles of sabotage, of envy, undermining, jealousy, and negative competition. I say this with emphasis because I have been through that as well. For those of us who have faced similar conditions, it is commendable to observe that Harry Adjoa Owusu-Kwesi did not give up, but made a bold decision to document her life, work, and vision to guide others. Going forward, I think that the media regulatory, constitutional, and professional bodies must work harder and in tandem to ensure compliance with the professional ethics of journalism practice in Ghana in order to achieve the desirable goal of sanitizing the airwaves towards a more developmentally oriented media as against, listen to this, the noisy, abusive, biased, and divisive tendencies which reflect poorly on our output currently. Circumspection is key to media fairness and objectivity. If journalists want to feel proud as members of the fourth estate of the realm, then, my brothers and sisters, this book, 2D Experience, is recommended as a good read in hard copy and soft copy by everyone who wants to be inspired by the life, the work, and vision of Harry Adjoa Owusu-Kwesi alias Ohemaa Woyeje. I thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause once again. Well, I must say that that was quite a profound keynote address, more like a crash course in media. Mr. Godwin, if I beg you, we'll come and take the script, so that we'll use it for some of our things. We'll use it sometime. All right, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, we'd like to acknowledge some important people in our midst.